Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Did you hear about the SBA loan that can be forgiven? It's true. The Small Business Administration Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, can be forgiven in whole or in part if you keep you and or your team on payroll. So how do you qualify and what are the details? I'm Mark Lyda from Lyda Law Firm. Let's get started. On Friday, March 27th, Congress passed the CARES Act, which is the big stimulus bill, and part of it is the Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, which provides for these Small Business Administration, SBA, loans that can actually be forgiven. So it's free money for your business from the government as an incentive for you to keep people employed because unemployment is so high right now. There are a lot of great resources on this out there. There's also a lot of misinformation. I recommend getting your information directly from the SBA at sba.gov. There's also a great explainer and kind of infographic that I've seen from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. We'll include a link to that in our description of this video. So first off, who is eligible for a paycheck protection loan? It's pretty much any business under 500 employees, and there's even some exceptions for businesses, certain types of businesses that are over 500 employees. It also includes nonprofits with fewer than 500 employees. It also includes sole proprietors, independent contractors. So if you are a freelancer, you could qualify for this type of loan. So if you are eligible, how specifically do you qualify? Well, you apply directly with a bank or a lender that is SBA approved. They are not taking collateral for these loans. They do not require a personal guarantee for these loans. And if you meet the criteria for forgiving the loans, the government will pay the lender for you. So we do expect some of the underwriting qualifications to be relaxed. It should be easier to qualify for this loan than it is for a typical SBA loan by far. You also, unlike some other SBA loans, don't have to show that you have sought and been unable to obtain credit elsewhere. Also, if you're receiving tax credits for your payroll, which is also provided for under the CARES Act, you can't do both that tax credit and this loan because that would be like double dipping. Okay, so how much money can you get from this loan? You can get up to 2.5 times your average monthly payroll. So if on average you pay your team $20,000 a month, the amount for you would be $20,000 times 2.5, which is $50,000. And now the big question on your mind, on everybody's mind, is how much of the loan will be forgiven? We did another video on SBA economic injury disaster loans, disaster assistance loans, and those are good loans meant to help businesses in their time of need at a low interest rate. But this is a different type of loan here, the PPP loan, because it can be forgiven. So if you meet these criteria, like I said, it's free money from the government to keep your business afloat and keep your workers employed. So how do you qualify for that forgiveness? Well, it's pretty simple. You have to keep the same number of workers employed at roughly the same wages. And if you can do that for the next few months, the government will pay the loan back for you. Payments will be deferred 6 months, so you won't have to pay in the meantime. And if you can show over the next 8 weeks after receiving the loan that you kept everybody on payroll at the same wages, you can have that loan forgiven. And you can even use the loan not just for payroll, but also for your rent or your mortgage, utilities. Up to 25% of the loan can be used for those other essential costs for your business. How soon can you get it? Well, the government has directed banks that they can start accepting applications for this type of loan as soon as Friday, April 3rd. Now, whether that will actually happen is unknown. There are a lot of specific rules that banks are looking for from the government, and there will be a huge demand for banks, so we don't know how quickly these will process. The government wants banks to process them with all due haste, and they want it to be a matter of weeks. Banks are not sure if they'll be able to actually accomplish that goal, but the idea is to get money in small business owners' pockets or freelancers' pockets by the time the next payroll period comes around at the end of April, beginning of May. It's aspirational. We don't know if it's going to happen, but just remember, you apply for these loans directly through a bank. And for more information, check out the U.S. Chamber of Commerce or go straight to the SBA.gov site, which we'll also place in the description. So it's very exciting. This can be a huge opportunity for your business in your time of need. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out to us directly or to drop a question in the comments below. And good luck in seeking one of these SBA Paycheck Protection Program loans. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, did you hear about the SBA loan that can be forgiven? Is the most 2020 sentence in the English language.